It took way longer than it usually does, but we are finally dormant on the Bermudagrass lawn. So let's talk about it just a little bit more. Okay, so we've already done one video about caring for your dormant Bermudagrass lawn in the wintertime. I will leave a link for that below. But I've been noticing some more questions arising about Bermudagrass, dormant Bermudagrass, and the winter season. So let's tackle some more of those today. First, thank you for being here. I appreciate all my subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please consider doing so. Leave me a thumbs up, comment, all that stuff. Gives me the motivation I need to keep making these videos for you. So, finally, the lawn has gone dormant. We still had some green in it up to about a couple weeks ago. It has been a really, really mild fall and start to December. But finally, the overnight temperatures really plummeted down into the mid-20s and took it all the way to dormancy. Still very warm during the day. As a matter of fact, we just set a record high for December 9th here, broke a record from 1970 in Northwest Arkansas. We got up to 72 degrees yesterday. That is just bananas for this time of year. We should be much, much colder, but looking ahead in the forecast, it's going to get cold. We actually have a chance of snow this weekend. So let's get into the dormant Bermuda lawn tips, whatever you want to call them. I've been seeing this one a lot here lately. Can I seed or sod Bermuda in the winter? Seed Bermuda in the winter? Absolutely not. It is a warm season grass. It is not anywhere close enough as far as warmth goes to even get it to germinate. You will waste your time and your money. Do not seed Bermuda grass in the winter. Wait until late spring or early summer when the temperatures really start to rise. 2, can you sod it? Mainly, can you sod dormant Bermuda grass, sod that is already dormant? Yes, you can. My lawn was actually laid the Bermuda sod in the month of March. It was dormant sod. You can absolutely lay it when it is dormant. So what are the sod care tips for dormant Bermuda? Well, they're really not much different than if it wasn't dormant. I've done a whole video about new sod care. I will leave a link for that down in the description below as well. The big difference in laying dormant grass sod versus not dormant sod is just really how much you have to water it. You need to follow pretty much all the steps that I'll leave in that link of the video below. But when it comes to watering, you do need to water it, but you just don't have to water it as much, mainly because it's just not as hot outside. It's not going to dry up as quickly as it would if you were laying it in the spring or summer. You still need to keep the sod, even though it's dormant, nice and moist. You don't want to drown it or anything. And to keep it that way, it's just not going to take near as much frequent water or as much water to keep it moist as it would if it were during the warmer months. So aside from that, really, I mean, in the winter and early spring months, you're getting enough rain already to keep it moist. But if you're not, just make sure you are not letting it dry out too much if you lay the sod when it's dormant. So those are kind of the basics of getting it down. Don't seed it. If you do sod it and it's dormant, just make sure you keep it moist and then follow the rest of the steps in that other video. So another one I keep seeing out there is, should I dethatch it in the winter? Should I level it with sand in the winter? The answer to both of those questions is no. because it is not actively growing. So you just want to leave it alone, really. I mean, this is the kind of grass, or this time of year, to just let it be, to let it do its own thing. If you dethatch it or do too much aggressive work to it, all you're going to do is really cause yourself more problems. I mean, look at this. This is so thick right now. It is just a blanket of dormant Bermuda over the soil. And what that's helping us do is, one, it's providing a layer, like a cushion, an insulator from the cold temperatures that are sure to come. So when we get some really hard freezes, maybe some ice, maybe some snow, that dormant grass is protecting the crowns of the plant, and it will help reduce any damage, any winter kill that we might see if we don't protect it. And by keeping it that thick as well, which we would just disrupt if we decided to come in here and dethatch it or do anything else to disrupt the dormant grass, would just expose the soil to maybe any airborne seeds or anything that might find their way down into the dirt, and then come springtime, get warm enough to germinate, and then just cause us even more problems when it comes to weed control if we have not already properly done or are not following a good pre-emergent schedule. So my best tip for you this time of year, just leave your lawn alone. Everything will be okay. If you've got problems in it, well, guess what? The spring season will be here before you know it. And I will tell you, if you've been following along, then you already know the main reason why I just don't do anything to my lawn through the winter is because I'm doing something else. So if you haven't seen already, go back and watch the 3 videos I have put out about Christmas lights, because that is what I'm all about this time of year. You can have your green overseeded Bermuda with ryegrass, but I will take these sparkly colored Christmas lights all day long during the holiday season. So I've got some videos out on some tips and tricks on what I did to create some of this, running extension cords, which light sizes I use. I've done a few videos, so I will leave all 3 of those links down in the description as well. You might be worried about your domination line next to your neighbor's dormant lawn while you overseeded. Well, guess what? I'm worried about this domination line, which, if you follow along enough too, I think domination lines are blah. It's hard to dominate somebody who doesn't put any Christmas lights up at all, because they obviously just really don't care. And you know what? When you got a neighbor like me that puts up a bunch like I do, even more incentive not to. You get to enjoy all the festive lights and you don't have to do anything about it. All right, kind of got off topic there, but that's one reason why you will always find my lawn dormant and undisturbed this time of year around the holiday season, because I don't want to have to be moving anything, picking up Christmas lights, stakes, or any decorations, because I've overseeded and have to cut the grass. I just let it be, and I'll take care of everything come March. Usually about the 3rd week of March, I'll get started on my winter lawn care plan, heading into spring. Actually, I'll do some stuff in January that I mentioned in that video down below, but things really don't kick into high gear until we head into the 3rd week of March or so. All right, my friends, that's all I've got for you on this edition of Budget Lawns. As always, I appreciate you being here, and we will see you next time.